In other words, less about me and more about my client, right? Like that's really what the focus of the name is. You had mentioned, and I don't know if you were being facetious or if it's really this, but 12 steps or 12 boxes to check.
Well,
So,
I'm
um,
sorry. When you said 12 steps, I was like, oh, it is a 12-step process. No, it's a 12-point name evaluation test.
okay. So, do you mind walking me through those 12 points briefly? Like what are
Yeah,
we looking for?
sure. So first of all, it's called the Smile and Scratch Test, and it's based on my philosophy that a name should make you smile instead of scratch your head. It doesn't need to make you laugh, but it just needs to create a smile in your mind, like you get it. Like with the fired up attorney, right? Oh, cannabis, I get it, right? It makes people smile. And that when that happens, it's like it's something's clicking in your brain. You're having a great positive experience. There's a little jolt of dopamine, and it's going to help you. It's going to help aid in memory. So SMILE is an acronym for the 5 qualities that make a name awesome, and SCRATCH is an acronym for when to scratch it off the list because it makes you scratch your head, makes other people scratch their head. So the S in SMILE stands for suggestive. It's not the legal term of suggestive, and it's not the naughty term of suggestive. It simply means your name suggests something about who you are, what you do, right? So terrain is a good example for that, environmental law. The M in SMILE stands for memorable. What makes something memorable? If something already exists in our knowledge base, it's going to be easier to remember. Case in point, bedrock, right? We all know bedrock from the Flintstones, whereas Layla Benajamali, that's not in our existing knowledge base. So it's going to be harder to recall it later from our brain's dusty filing cabinet. Now think about your profession. You're just like me. Not everybody needs a name all the time. Not everybody needs an attorney all the time. So you need something that they can remember later and recall it with ease. So that's where memorable comes in. The I in SMILE stands for imagery, and that also aids in memory. If people can, when they hear it, if they can picture something in their head, let's go back to bedrock. That's an easy one. We have the imagery of, I don't know if you're Fred Flintstone, Barney Flintstone, Wilma, Betty, Dino. There's so many different images to help you remember it. Does that all make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does. I mean, for somebody who's lacks creativity like me, how do I come up with something like that? Like, I mean, for example, the law firm growth formula, right? How do I turn that into a better name that invokes imagery and, and still indicates what it is?
Well, I think the way to do it, I'll give you an example. I don't know, Joey Vitale, the amazing
Well,
trademark attorney.
he's my trademark attorney.
Okay, he's my trademark attorney too. I send Joey business constantly. He's an amazing trademark attorney. I love his firm. I love his team. So Joey has another business, and it was called the Business Growth Advantage, it said what it was, but it didn't have this great personality to it. And he wanted something that was kind of more memorable. So I came up with the name Skybreaker.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all about breaking through, right? It's aspirational. When you hear it, you can imagine breaking through the clouds, right? Like reaching higher. His tagline is helping your team crush it, which is great, right? So when you fill out your creative briefer, I have an online course too where you go through the step-by-step process. You're starting to identify things about your business. And then what I suggest people do is look for metaphors. So and you can use Chat GPT for this. So let's say you are, give me let's go back to cannabis, right? So you
Mm-hmm.
could say, give me words related to cannabis, right?
Okay.
So that's a place to start. We did a woman who's a PR professional, again, like us, B2B business service provider, PR professional named Lynette Hoy. Her name said nothing about her, but she was a really fiery woman. So I played off of that and I started ideating around fire, and I came up with, and we've all heard of Firewalker. So I came up with Fire Talker. So she's Fire Talker PR. Her tagline was hot on the press. She calls herself the fire chief, and she works in the firehouse. So she has a theme song Fire by the Ohio Players. She has packages like Controlled Burn and Fire Starter. So that's what you can do. And by the way, that's the L in Smile stands for legs. And that's a name with legs because it lends itself to a theme that you can have a lot of fun with. And that's like Skybreaker with helping your team crush it. And you see the lightning bolt like that. That's a name that has great legs because you can run, pardon the pun, you can run with it.